Hey, it's Janelle Waz, and welcome back to another episode of Waz Reviews. One of my most popular videos is my in-depth review of the 2020 release of Star Trek The Next Generation, the complete series on DVD. I imagine the popularity of my video is due to the rise in streaming services and more people wanting to own physical copies of their favorite shows on DVD. While I love having one of my favorite shows on DVD, the set that I bought and reviewed wasn't without its faults. So when a friend of mine offered me her collection of individual next-gen DVDs after helping her move, it got me thinking, what if I did a review of this collection of DVDs? Maybe even see how these DVDs stack up with the newer release. And that's what I'm doing here today. For anyone wondering what you're getting when you buy this set of DVDs, this video is for you. Just like the last time, I'm going to examine these sets, the packing, the discs, whatever. If it's in this set, I'm gonna talk about it. Ensign, plot a course to DVD review. Engage.
Set course for Starbase A. Gene, you're adorable.
Okay, so first things first. What are these DVDs that I'm reviewing? From what I gather, these DVD sets were the first DVDs released for Star Trek The Next Generation. There have been a couple of releases over the years, but the silver box DVDs were the first. The first season was released in March of 2002, with subsequent seasons being released every couple of months throughout the year, finally ending in December of 2002. I'm not entirely sure if this collection has an official name, but I'll refer to them as the 2002 release or the silver box set. With that out of the way, let's talk about packaging. Each of the DVDs comes in a silver outer box that is accented with a unique color for that season. Command Red for Season 1, Orange for Season 2, Engineering Yellow for Season 3, a bluish green for Season 4, light blue for Season 5, indigo for Season 6, and finally violet for Season 7. The only complaint I have is that some of the condensation from my hand is quite visible on the shiny surface of the boxes after handling, but other than that, the boxes look quite nice. On the front of the box, we have Star Trek The Next Generation printed, along with the comm badge seen in the show. Along the side, we have the name of the show, along with the TNG abbreviation, with the season number in that season's accent color. And the back? Well, it's pretty blank, but that's okay. Now, my friend got these DVDs when GameStop was trying to get into the used DVD market, so there are these nice little artifacts from that time on the back of some of the boxes. Opening up the box reveals yet another box inside of a cubby and a list of discs and episodes in the collection. Interestingly enough, Seasons 1 and 3 to 7 have 7 discs, but because Season 2 was a shorter season because of the writer's strike, there are only 6 discs for that season. The special features are always on the last disc of the season and are also featured in the episode list. Now let's take out that inner box, shall we? For whatever reason, I had a hard time taking the box out of some of the sets, but I did eventually get the hang of it and was able to pop it out with no problem. This is where the discs are held, and while these boxes look nice enough to put on a shelf by themselves, why would you want to? Use the nice silver boxes. These boxes feature the season's color along with a black accent, almost reminiscent of the next-gen uniforms. The name of the show is on the front, the TNG abbreviation on the spine along with the season number, and the comm badge on the back. For an inner box, this looks pretty sharp. Inside these boxes is a little insert that is supposed to go in a little built-in folder in the box. Not all the sets I got have them, which could be because they were used DVDs, but the ones I do have feature nice photos of the cast from that season. And on the other side is either some trivia or a little note from Rick Berman, executive producer of Star Trek at the time, along with an alphabetical list of episodes and what disc they're located on. Since I know the seasons and episode order pretty well, I probably won't have much use for this list, but if you know the episode name but don't know what disc to look on, this'll come in handy. The Season 1 insert has a note from Rick Berman as well as quick crew bios, and the Season 2 insert has a little background for Season 2, namely about the writer's strike, as well as a label diagram of the Enterprise D. Seasons 3 and 4's inserts were missing, but Season 5 provided me with a nice updated picture of the crew with The Next Generation written in clear 3D blocks in the background, and a tribute to Gene Roddenberry, who passed during the release of Season 5. And what do we have here in Season 6? A DVD rebate? Ooh! Oh, expired in 2003. But at least we get a nice blurb about the Romulans in the insert, as well as some highlights of Season 6, like Scotty's appearance. And what's this in Season 7? When the DVDs were new, they originally came wrapped in plastic with this little paper on the back telling you what was in the DVD set. This is the only one I have, but it's nice to look at the advertising on the box. And luckily the Season 7 insert was in the box, and it features more shots of the ships in Next Gen, and the crew is shoved off on the last panel. Look at them, they seem kinda squished over there. But on the other side is a farewell note from Rick Berman. Sure, having inserts isn't a requirement for a good DVD set, but they're a nice extra that I appreciate. They're presented well, they're printed nice, and they're hitting all the right notes with me. The inner box folds out to reveal the discs of the season, each with their own panel, and this box is long. But most importantly, the discs are easily removed from their slots. I was worried about breaking the discs in the newer set. Heck, I even bought a CD magazine just so I wouldn't break anything. But you know what? These discs came out with little to no problem. Heck, they don't even seem like they fall out at all. Could be the nature of used DVDs, could be a nicely made box. I'm choosing to believe it's a nicely made box.
I choose the latter.
Alright, let's talk about the discs. One of my major complaints about the discs from the 2020 DVD set was that the episodes are not listed on the discs, meaning I had to look up specific episodes on the box in order to find out which disc they were on. These discs, the episodes are actually listed on the discs. And you know what? The special features are also listed on the disc. That's exactly what I wanted. You see, how hard was that? The discs are also colorful and interesting to look at. However, the number next to the episode on the discs is kinda puzzling. The pilot episode, Encounter at Farpoint, has a number of 721, but the episode next, The Naked Now, has a number of 103. The episodes seem to count up from there. At first I thought the first number was the season number and the next two the episode number in that season, but then when I go over to season 2, the numbers just continue on. It's a very strange numbering system. If anyone has any insight into this, please leave a comment below, I'm curious. I know I haven't gotten to the disc content yet, but I have to say this. The presentation of these DVDs scores very highly for me. I am impressed. Whoever designed these boxes, the inserts, the discs, anything in this collection, you can tell they cared. They wanted to put out a nice looking product, and you know what? They succeeded. Already, I like this set more than the newer set that I got almost a year ago. But packaging is all fine and dandy, but what's on the discs? Let's take a look. Well, just as I suspected. These discs are no different than the 2020 release, confirming that the 2020 release is just a reprint. Since it's the same content, I'm not going to spend a lot of time in this review talking about the disc content, and I will refer you all to my earlier review of the 2020 release. I will say this though, the fact that these discs from 20 years ago are the same as the most recent release of Next Gen on DVD makes me increasingly disappointed in the newer release. Don't get me wrong, the DVD menus are great, and while the episodes themselves are standard definition and a little more washed out than I'm used to, I can forgive it due to these DVDs being made in 2002. But in the 18 years between the release of these DVDs and the complete series release of 2020, they couldn't update these DVDs? Even just improving video quality would have been appreciated. But at the same time, at face value, these DVDs are pretty nice. I like them. And that's the 2002 release of Star Trek The Next Generation on DVD. So, what's the verdict? For consistency's sake, I'm going to use the same grading scale I used in my earlier review, which is on a letter grade scale. The appearance and packaging, both A's. These are some nice looking sets. The boxes are sturdy and they don't feel like they're gonna break. The shiny silver box is sleek and clean looking, but the accent color also adds that nice pop of color needed to keep it from looking too bland. Sure, I have some minor complaints, but they're just that, minor. The DVD inserts, at least the ones I have high quality pictures, some nice extras, and just look good overall. And best of all, the episode titles are on the disc! That's just what I wanted! Whoever designed this knew what they were doing. Job well done. Organization also gets an A from me. No more having to fumble around taking overlapping discs out to get to the one you want. Each disc has its own panel in the sets, and I am here for it. The only thing that baffles me is the number before the episode title, but again, it's a minor complaint. Once again, job well done to whoever designed this set. DVD content also gets an A from me. Now I know what you're thinking, Waz, you graded the other set's DVD content with an A- and they're the same discs. And that's a fair point. However, because these discs are from 20 years ago at the time of this video and not within the last couple of years, I'm willing to forgive more in these DVDs than the newer DVDs, which this set confirmed are reprints. But either way, whatever set you get, you're assured some pretty great DVDs, even if they are in standard definition. Value? This one is hard to grade because pricing can vary, especially for used DVDs. A lot of it depends on supply and demand and what local stores are charging. A quick search on Amazon for these DVDs can see prices range from $20 to $70 per set. Sorry Season 7, but you're just not worth $70. Heck, the complete series collection is $300 new, which is ridiculous even for a show this good. eBay shows more reasonable prices, but even then, some of the used seasons can reach up to $40. I love this collection of DVDs, I really do, but it might not be the most cost-effective. There are definitely cheaper options out there for the same DVDs. If I had to give it a grade, maybe a B, but it's a tough call. Overall, this collection earns an A from me. That's right, even the lower grade in value isn't enough to take away an overall grade of A. This is a great collection. So great that the flaws of the newer collection are more apparent. It looks nice, it feels like you really got something for your money, it's practical for DVDs. Did I mention how much I love the episode titles on the discs? And you can tell a lot of care went into designing these sets. I'm very grateful to my friend for gifting these to me. This is a nice collection. I love it. So what do you think? Do you own these Star Trek The Next Generation DVDs? Do you love them? Do you hate them? Or if you don't own these DVDs, are you thinking about getting them now? Please leave comments below and discuss. As always, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Waz Reviews. If you like what you see, why not give my video a like and subscribe to my channel? Tell your friends! Until next time,
I could go on all day.